Hola. Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? Yes, just good morning. Congrats on being first. Hooray. Hello, Elgardia. Good morning. How are you? Everyone, today was a happy day. Yesterday was a happy day. Sorry. Yeah, yesterday was really good. Um, we made tons of progress on the Game Boy. It auto plays, so that means it will actually play when we just bind the. Is it crashing? Oh, dropped frames at 850. I see. Well, it was because I was launching the IDE for Unreal, so that usually happens. Now it should have stabilized, I think, hopefully. Um, yeah, yesterday was a pretty good day. Sorry, pretty good day in terms of the Game Boy emulator. You can tell that I'm tired. I haven't been sleeping anything properly. Um, but yeah, tons of progress. Pretty much Tetris boots now. It auto plays the demo that is embedded into the ROM. Um, which means that next time, maybe Friday, next time when we actually eventually bind the joypad inputs into the Game Boy, like controlling the Game Boy via keyboard, for example, I think we'll be able to play Tetris at the very least. And after that, I don't know what we're gonna do. Maybe sound. Sound will be nice. I've never worked on sound development, so that will be. Well, I'm lying, but not from scratch. I've only patched like parts of other people's code, but I've never worked on a from the zero solution to implement sound on anything. So I think that would be fairly cool to do. But yeah, today is not about that. Today is all about RTS game. Yes, or standalone, which is the name of the game. So today, our task will be. Hold on, let me prepare my screen because I always forget to move windows around. This goes here, this goes here. Really nice, hold on. Apologies in advance. Hold on. Sir, can you not show, please? Holy. Do we need to be even smaller? Okay, like this and this. And now I change the scene view. Today is all about the RTS game standalone, and we will essentially be working on improving the code that we did last week. So last week, let me just boot this so we can actually see what the game looks like. But last week we worked on a feature called rally points. And rally points is essentially the default move to position when new units spawn from either ports or bunkers. Stiggy Man, hello, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the stream. I see this is your first message. How are you doing on this beautiful Tuesday? Wednesday? Today is Wednesday, right? Damn, Wednesday. Okay, this week is going crazy fast. So yeah, the task that we worked on last week was related to rally points, which is essentially the default to move to position when new units spawn in the game. Okay, it's finally booting. And people did enjoy that a ton. And essentially they asked us for do more stuff related to that. Not changing behavior, but improving on stuff. Some assumptions that I made and that now needs proper fixing. Let's just wait for this to open so I can do a quick demo of what we did. Come on. Unreal is so slow. The first time it boots, it's crazy. Okay. Good job. Or as my friend TS Just would say, good job. Alright. Let me... Can you work? Yeah. You are a friend, aren't you? You are a compincha. Doing okay, been enjoying Jack 3 open goal. I think Jack 3 is a game. I don't know what open goal is. So let me quickly do a search on the other screen. Reviving the language that brought us the Jack and Dexter series. Oh. I see. Goal is the engine for Jack 3 and the open part is the reverse engineering version of the engine. Well, that's pretty cool. I've been working on my own Game Boy emulator. I mean, it's nothing like that, but it's similar. Like, it's essentially reverse engineering documentation and hardware and trying to build your own version of it. And it's been a pretty cool project. First time that I'm doing anything similar to this. And we can boot Tetris. We can boot Tetris. We can play because I haven't plugged in the joypad inputs there. But the game loads and shows Tetris blocks like falling and stuff. So, GG. And that's pretty cool. Yeah, I've worked professionally on rendering engines for 10 years. And I'm kind of tired of that. So now I'm trying to go into game dev only. They just released on April 1st Jack 3 into beta. So now Jack 1 complete, Jack 2 beta, and Jack 3 beta are working. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So essentially you are able to... Okay, so you are reverse engineering the engine, but then how do you make the existing game play on a different engine? Do you just like replace some DLLs on the game to use your engine instead of it's the ISO file of the PS2 game and spit out the PC game? Oh, okay, so you are able to play you're able to play it on PC. Okay, that's really cool. That's really cool. So do you only use the ISO just to grab the models and all, and then you need to implement the game yourself in OpenGoal, or you are able to like use their scripts and recompile them? Damn, that's a pretty complex piece of software that you have there. Really nice, really cool. Okay, I'm impressed. That seems fun. App image because Linux. Well, then TS Just will be your best friend because TS Just hates Windows and only runs Linux. So yeah, man, that's pretty cool. Congrats. Okay, let me do a quick demo of what we worked on last week, so you guys can have a better idea. I hate universal containers. I see. Okay, so this is the game. This is a RTS game that, well, happens in this case in the Europe map. I can quickly show you the Europe map. We have Portugal, Spain, Catalonia, France, blah 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 blah, all the countries from Europe, plus some North African and Northwest Asia, just to make the perfect square, you know. And essentially the objective of the game is pretty simple. You spawn a bunch of units, and then you select the units, and then you say, go get it, and off they go. And now they're gonna kill this guy, and because it was the last guy for that bunker, now the bunker is mine. Good job, me! Hooray! Okay, so Moldova is now ours because we have all of the bunkers pertaining to Moldova, okay? This is the basis of the game, and then we'll have other enemies spawning their own units, and then you just have to go on a 1v1 against them and killing their units and conquering more bunkers and harbors than them. And whoever gets 50% of the total of fortresses, bunkers or harbors, wins the game. Fairly simple. But in this case, in this specific case, what we worked on was on this little flag here. And this little flag here is what we call a rally point. And essentially what that means is that when I spawn a new unit, click, it spawns and it walks towards the flag. Really cool. But then people wondered, okay, but now it appears that this flag is on top of this guy. But if this guy actually moves, the flag stays there. Maybe it would be cool if we could put this flag on top of an existing unit. So that's what I did. It appears the same as before, but now the flag is attached to this guy. If this guy moves, the flag goes after him. Really cool. So why is this useful? Because now, if I were, for example, to have a unit there with the flag, you can see, and if I spawn a unit, it walks towards there. But they are now in follow mode, which I also implemented. So if I now move the banner guy or the rally point guy, everyone else that is attached to that rally point will follow them as well. Until, that is, I replace their main action. So I'm moving them on my own. And now if I move this guy doesn't follow, because I broke the chain eventually. And yeah, I think we can probably start here. There are two tasks pertaining to these that we need to fix. Not fix, improve on, because they are working. The first one, okay, you can stop here, my guys, thank you very much. But the first one is, if this guy has a rally point and I spawn a new guy, it's stopping way after him. And ideally they would stop like somewhere around here. Okay, so that when this guy follows, they follow kind of almost at the same distance as it is right here. So they'll move more as a single block of units than like separate entities. So that's the first task that we need to do. The second task is we need to improve on the rendering of the flag when the flag is moving. So as you can see, if I move the flag, it's kind of jittery. You see, it's like jumping between like 2 pixels very quickly. And the reason for that is because we are trying to be a deterministic game. We are only using a small portion of the floats in order to maintain precision between different CPUs. And essentially what that means is that this is jumping between like meters in game. But we have another hidden entity that we don't, not an hidden entity, an hidden parameter that we don't actually send across the network for keeping determinism, which is the visual position of the asset, and that is in proper float numbers. So if I render the flag using the actual visual position of the unit and not the move position of it, then the flag should move properly. Okay, now let me read more chat. Well, just it is the best way we have right now to ship a simple install solution for Linux in general. So if you don't like it, maybe you could go contribute to app image and flatpak development so it turns into something you enjoy. God, I hope my ISP responds back to me today. Just waiting for them to set my static IP again so my servers can work again. Yeah, ISPs, well, I've never actually tried to have a static IP here in Portugal. But from what I understand, you can call them and ask, and usually they allow to do that. But I would say that probably after some time they will release it again, and then everything is screwed. So it looks like it's what you are currently facing. I'm not gonna enjoy it when I don't like the idea of it. I target an old glibc version and the binary works everywhere. Could also use something other than glibc. Okay, so your game is based on grids? No. Kinda. Yes and no. The purpose of it is not to be actually like grid based, but at the same time the grid is so small, it's like 1 meter by 1 meter, then you can't like even notice that it's there, because we are using almost kilometers here in width and length for the map. So when you move to the position, yeah, you barely notice it. RTS or turn-based? RTS. It definitely reminds me of Medieval in Total War 2. Well, glad you say that, because I have a list of things that I'm supposed to say about why this is different from Total War, which I don't know by heart because I've never played Total War, but I have them written here, so I can give you a quick rundown of what is the difference. Well, I know one of them, which is the main one, which is on Total War. You kind of have preset squads of people that you need to control. So when you control squads at once. And here you can literally send one guy there, one guy there, one guy there, and then you can pull them back like individually and that kind of stuff. I know that's one difference from Total War. I don't know more differences than that. I'm trying to open Discord on the other machine, but it is not cooperating. So I think we need to wait a little bit until it opens so I can tell you more about the differences. I already paid for it and it worked for years, but I got a new modem. The old one cooked itself. And now I have to wait for them to reset it to my static IP. Okay, I see. Yeah, because probably it was... maybe the static IP was matched to the MAC address of your modem or something. And because it changed, then it just released itself into the wild. Maybe. That's a possibility. Okay, it's updating Discord on the other PC. But I also think Total War is supposed to be kinda historical accurate in the terms that the battles that you had were existing battles in the past. And while here you just go against like 200 other players, and the way you play is like totally different. I have a better rundown written by someone that actually plays the game and plays Total War, and wrote a nice little summary for me to say how different they are. I'm just trying to open them to open the text, but it's on Discord. Let's go, my guy. We can do this. Okay, Discord is open. Good job. Hold on. Okay, where do I have this? Okay. So let's see. What they say is that yeah, so in standalone, which is my game or our game, we can control in micro terms, meaning that you can control like individual units, while in Total War you always like control large formations of units, so like a proper squad. So you always move like 20 at once or something. Total War as its origin is in historical battle simulations, which we do not. This is essentially free for all. And it's apparently a much simpler game to play because the idea is just to conquer. The idea is not to kill the other enemy. The idea is to conquer more fortresses or harbors or bunkers, whatever you want to call these things, more than the opponent. And the only resource that you have to manage is gold. To sustain yourself and purchase units, and we don't even have upgrades for the units yet. I don't think we will. And you never get more units on Total War when you do the battle. So you start a battle with 50v50 individual units, and then you cannot like spawn more. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much the difference. I'll need to read this properly next time, but that's the simple rundown. Okay, so no, it's nothing but fancy. It's nothing that fancy. I think it's just a config on the modem, but because I can be trusted to maintain that, even though I pay for a static IP in my order to run servers from home, they won't let me run my own modem, just get an auth key for their network. I mean, I would say that if you were like a big power user with... I'm not saying you aren't a power user, okay? But if you were like a large power user managing like a proper server center with like dozens of servers and all those need to have individual IPs and stuff, then they probably allow you to do that. But for running a single machine out of your home, then I mean, they're just trying to protect themselves and making you pay. But that's what every business does. I'm shopping for a rack, so I'm slowly getting there. Well, I have someone from the community that I don't believe they are here right now. Let me quickly check. No, they are offline. But I have someone from the community, which is one of the mods. Its name is Simonot. And dude is crazy about building home servers, and he has a bunch of racks and servers and 10 gigabit fiber cable network in his house. Like the guy is like giga chatting on his network. Why? I think it's his hobby, but yeah. I don't think he has an actual purpose for it. I mean, he runs a couple of VMs and stuff, but it's only stuff for him. It's not actually, that I know of, serving content externally. I don't know. For an RTS, this world size is impressive. Yes, it really is. So you can see like the size of the units, right? Which are like fairly small. And this is the world size. So I don't even know where the little guys are now. I lost them. Oh, they are there in Moldova. Yeah. So everything that we've been doing in this little part of the map. And the game works theoretically up to 254 players. Theoretically. but we've only played at most for now on our playtests with, I believe, 20. I love big racks. Yep, the big rack guy is here. Good morning, Simonot. Hello, hello. Okay, Simonot, I got you a friend. Sticky Man also enjoys big racks. I run Home Assistant, Jellybean, Piehole, Emic, and Nextcloud. Okay, I run all of that out of my NAS, which is the same place where I store all of my backup data, like all of my photos, and I also run what's it called, Plex, out of that, and it's just a nice, cute little box there. So it's not an actually home server. Let me see if I can find which one it is. It's a fairly powerful one. Yeah, it's this one. Yeah, this TS264. Yeah, I have this NAS right here. This one. It has 2 slots for HDDs. It has 2 slots for SSDs. It supports up to 16 gigabytes of RAM. And I mean, I have a bunch of Docker stuff. That's a service I expose. Yeah, I don't expose anything out of my home network. It's all local. But yeah, I enjoy it. I mean, it's fairly simple, and whatever I want to run from here, I just use a Docker container, and it just pretty much works immediately, which is really nice. So yeah, this is the world map. I already showed you what rally points are, so we better get started. Okay, let me do it this way. Let me get rid of the no. It's not the country mesh. Can you select the freaking? Why can't I select the green circles? Ay. Did they change anything? Okay, hold on. There's supposed to be something here that I can disable just to hide the circles. Tunisia. Meh, okay. I'll leave it running. Get Tailscale setup, and you can access everything on phone. Very cool to get ad blocking when on 4G. I see. I don't know what Tailscale is. I don't know anything about server services. Everything that I have working right now is because Simonot needed to help me. I have no idea about server stuff. I don't enjoy web development stuff. Yeah. Oh, then I guess Tailscale is what OpenClaw was actually suggesting yesterday for me to use, so it can keep running locally. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about the game, I'll just post any MMO experts in chat. Yeah, that's the link to the Discord server. It's not my Discord server, it's the Discord server for the game. This game is not mine, okay? This game has been in development. Well, the actual mod, the game started as a Warcraft 3 mod, okay? And that mod has been in development for over 20 years by now. Not 10, it's actually 20 years. And we started implementing a standalone Unreal Engine version, hence the name of the game, Standalone, about 2 years ago. And the idea is the game has hundreds of people playing it every month, so I think we'll be able to capitalize on those, plus bring more people to the community to play. No, bring more people out of the current community to play, and I mean, make some money at least to pay for development. Because people have been pretty much working on their own free time on these type of things for years and years, and we are trying to make some money, so at least those people can be properly I don't know the word, it's not reimbursed, but yeah, properly paid for their time and their effort. I think I currently have mine installed on a standalone VM. I think Docker Network defeated me when I was first setting it up. Whoa, you pinned a message, Samanot. Tailscale is a Docker container. You log onto the Tailscale server and it connects you between your devices. Okay. The next Dota? Nah. No, because Dota is a 5v5. And this is going to be 200 1v1s. It's everyone for themselves. 200 people. Hopefully. Okay, I'll leave the map right here so people can see while we work on this. Fat fingers on touchpad, yeah. You and your MacBook Pro, you cannot leave that thing behind no more, can't you? Okay, let's work on the tasks. Okay, first let's show you the tasks. So first task is, oh man, this looks terrible. They updated this and now it looks terrible. Okay, they updated this Akan plan UI. Okay, we should remove the stop at vision distance and they should use the normal stopping distance. That is, just let the movement system decide when they can't move anymore. If it's easier to just create a follow state, that's cool too, up to you. Okay, so you wish, bro. Old school RTS games are too stressful. The reason MOBAs exploded is because you just right click to move on character and mash 4 buttons to cast abilities. I mean, I would say that's probably true. I get my ass absolutely whooped when playing against the bots. So I can't even imagine playing against a real person. And from my understanding, these bots are kinda stupid. But I have absolutely zero playing experience on these types of games. I'm just helping with development. Okay. Let me try to remember where we have the stop at thing. I remember we started using like for focused chase mode somewhere, and somewhere it will be there that it needs to stop. I don't actually recall where, so I'm trying to see if there's something that jumps out. No, it's not this, it's not this. I think it's probably on the movement system, if I were to guess. No. Update, integrate. Okay, never mind, it's nothing of this. It's nothing of this. Okay, so we try again. Is it on brain system? Maybe. It's on collision, maybe. I have no idea. Handle focused chase state. Yeah. I think that's the place we want to be. Exactly. It's here. It is supposed to stop whenever it gets into attack range. It's supposed to go up to attack range. But this is this should be this. Okay, so we only try to get into attack range if we are actually trying to transition to focused attack, which is what enemies do, because this follow mechanic is only for players from our team. That won't ever happen. Okay, I believe I tried this and it didn't work, but let's see. Now it's compiling, and while it's compiling, let me read more messages. I don't use a VPN to my home network. I have users of my services that I don't trust to know how to use this. So instead I have a firewall and stuff set up along with an intrusion detection. Just me luckily, though I do kind of want to set up more kind of media sharing ring someday. It's less for media and more so my damn parents that can figure out how to back up stuff. So Emic and Nextcloud is my way to ensure that they get stuff backed up, including those damn contacts, because yes, mother, the contacts are not stored on the SIM card like it was 20 years ago. Yeah, I had the exact same thing happen with my dad fairly recently, because he upgraded his phone. He upgraded his phone, and then he was like, "Oh, why didn't the contacts move over?" Because they are probably stored in your email account, like Google account. You know, how does that work? I've never configured anything about that. They should be on the SIM, and then on the SIM, it was like 3 people stored there, which was me, my mother, and my sister, and no one else. But fortunately, because the auto backup of contacts was on the email, on the Gmail account, fortunately we were able to recover most of them. There was still some of them that somehow didn't get saved, but doesn't matter that much. Okay, apparently these compiled, I never... See, like, now it's trying to compile again, because why not? And nothing changed. I don't really trust Unreal's auto reloading feature, but I mean, let's see if it works. Okay, so now, hopefully, if I play the game, they should at least move when following another unit's rally point. At the very least, they should stop closer to them. So let's see. I spawn a new unit. They walk, and then they are just trying to get in there somehow. Okay, so I wonder if there's some sort of flag that I need to set. If there's some sort of flag that I need to set. Okay, hold on. If I... Because, for example, this is doing this, right? But if I were to move this unit there, and if I were to move this unit there as well, they kind of stop. when they are close to one another, because this unit sees that it cannot go there anymore, and all it's fine. But I wonder what is the difference between these units. See, like this one is trying to go into the same position, like the exact same pixel where that player is, and is like moving them around. So let's actually see if I do this. Okay, so here they are checking for a distance threshold. Okay, movement. Okay, can I actually see who is this guy? Who is this guy? There should be like an entity here. Target entity. Okay, so I'm entity 540 trying to move on top of entity 538, and this is the same code that is always being called. The attack component doesn't list anything useful for us, which is normal. The movement oh, it has this precise destination set to true. So I wonder if I were to set this precise destination to false, if this would work. Maybe that's the thing. Precise. Okay, little bro, stop, go there. Okay, let's stop the game. Let's compile this again. I just want to check if this flag actually makes the other character stop. And then we'll need to figure out how to actually properly set that flag to false when starting this type of chase movement. Okay, so it should be working, or it compiled, so we should be able to run it now. Another way that fixes this clamping issue is the formation movement, or at least the position goals will be more like formation. Aha, so you came from the... So you know what you're talking about. Where did you come from? Another way that fixes this clamping issue is the formation movement, or at least the positional goals will be more like formation. Yeah, we do support formations as far as I understand. So if I were to spawn a bunch of folks here, I'm able to move them and like specify an orientation for them. Roop. Which is cool. Okay. Let's see. Now what happens if I move that guy? Will it stop when they're closer there? No. Okay, so it's not this precise destination set to false that that is responsible for stopping this. Target move data position. be as destination set to true. Yeah, I just wonder what is the code path actually responsible for stopping this guy, because I mean, if anything, they should be running the exact same code as this, where it stops after a while. But I don't know where that is. I wonder if it's, well, it won't probably be the moving to transport, handle waiting state, handle attack state, handle attack move state. Okay, is this attached? It is attached. Okay, so it's not an attack move state. So, oh, move to position state. If it doesn't have a destination, then it's set to idle. No. Okay, is this actually stopping? Maybe it's not stopping anymore. Yeah, I mean, it's... Do I need to attach this again to Unreal? Okay, whatever I did, it stopped working. Which means, good job, we get to restart the entire engine. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, they talk very good things about Unreal, but the auto reloading stuff is not one of them. If you rely on auto reloading, you'll be screwed, pretty much. Okay, guys, while this is like booting, if you are enjoying the content, I would appreciate a follow. Why not? If you wrote your own engine, never. I'm trying to get to 60 followers this week. So yeah, if you enjoy, please do. If not, it's all fine. Okay, and we try again. Or if you followed already and I didn't shout out, I apologize, because sometimes Twitch doesn't notify me. So that's also possible. Yeah, write your own engine, never. Well, I kind of wrote my own engine for the past 3 years, and see where I'm at right now. Unemployed and ready to mingle. And that's why I turned into a Twitch streamer. Because no one else wants me. Very sad. It's also not true. Well, the unemployment part is true, but no, the not ready to mingle part. What do I need to do here? No, it's not this, it's this. And then I set the flag on that guy goes. Am I attached? Apparently so. Okay, if I stop. If I spawn a new guy. Okay, so this is running here. But this never gets called here, right? Because I'm never doing handle move to position state. Never. Okay. But if I were to do this, then this gets called. And this only gets called for move to position. I see. Okay, so I actually want to be able to do this part right here, where I set it to idle. But handle move to position state is only called for IA states that are on move to position. But I'm not moving to a position, I'm moving towards a entity. You know? So let me see what I can cook here. Um, I mean, what I can do here is, if I'm not trying to focus attack, then it means that I'm following my own character. So here, well, not my own character, but my own unit. So what I can do here is yoink that part of code and put it here. Okay, maybe I want to do this differently. Maybe I want to do, if not this, that. Well, but this then won't update the destination, maybe. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I think I'll need to do this, and then here inside, if it's not trying to focus the attack, if we see these, we set it to idle. I think this is the way. Maybe. Maybe not. But maybe. Okay, okay. Let's see if this works. And now we wait for Unreal to load because it takes so goddamn long. Every time. That's the only thing I actually enjoyed about the other engine that I built professionally, which it booted in 2 seconds. It booted faster than Godot. True story. Very sad days. Rest in peace, little engine. I got to keep a MacBook Pro. But not everything was lost. We didn't get the girl, but we got the laptop. GG's. Okay. Will this work? My guy. Go. Stop. I'm so freaking smart. Oh, and now this freaking guy doesn't... Okay. Never mind. Because this is being set to idle. So if it's being set to idle, then it stops. Okay, so this is not it. I mean, and this should never be running either, because movement B as destination true is set to true like pretty much every time. So this is not even entering here. Is it? What the hell? Maybe. I need to attach. No, I mean, it's not running. Okay, so fake news. Fake news. Well, in range entity. Well, if it's in range entity, then you better stop. But I don't want to stop. Do I just set a... as destination equals false or something here. Okay, I'm confused. I'm confused. How are we supposed to work with this? Because they legit told me that should use the normal stopping distance. This is just let the movement system decide when they can't move anymore. Which is given by that other method that I put on. Oh, but maybe I should do a pause movement. I don't know what's the difference between pause and B as destination equals false. Don't advance. Okay, then I guess I need to call this somehow. And I'll chase state. No, it's not a chase. It's a focused chase. Okay. Const scalar distance to target equals this. This gives me a scalar. Yes. So if distance to target is greater than that. Okay. Okay. Do I ever get do I ever get a not? Do I ever enter here? That's my question now. That is my question now. I don't know why I keep relying on the auto reloading. This will probably not even attach, but it is what it is. Okay. Okay, this is cool. Do you even stop anywhere? Okay, you are trying to actually chase. Cool. So you are entering here. But you have a BS destination somewhere, don't you? Precise destination. B is naval. B as destination set to true. Hold on, okay. We stop this. So what we want to do is, if we are trying to focus attack, we want to essentially I mean, if we are not doing this. And the distance is larger than the threshold. Maybe I set this to false. And when I am above the threshold, no, but setting this to false will always set this to true. Do I even need this part here? I'm very afraid of changing code because it might just change the behavior of the game and I don't want to do that because I've not written this code. So I'm trying to make like surgery modifications, chirurgical modifications. Yeah. I think that's the word. Okay, so if not trying to focus attack, it means that he's chasing the guy from the same team. Okay, well, let's do this. Okay, and if the threshold is above that, then that happens. Now, else it does the regular shenanigan thing that we do not care about. But what I need to do here is move as destination equals true. Yeah, I think here I need to do the same thing. Okay, maybe it's this. I don't know. Build. Okay, do we think this is gonna work? My incredible handcrafted code. Ay ay ay. Maybe not. No. Well, screw you, Simonot. You never believe in me. You never believe in my dreams. Okay. Do we ever get... No, it should be the... This is already wrong. It's this. Yeah. I didn't even test it because there was a wrong math operator there. Okay. Let's try again. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, okay, okay. Let's see now. Okay, that guy moves there. And now I queue a new guy and it just stops immediately. Why, my guy? If the distance to target... The distance to target is 0. What do you mean? Destination. Oh, this is from the destination. Oh. Well, then I don't want to do this. I want to get my current position. Yeah, the distance to target here is weird then. Okay. We stop. Okay, this is not the destination, this is the position. Very weird, that code. Okay, we go again. All right. Let's see now. First try every time. Ay. Okay. Okay, I mean, it's cool, but it's still stopping at 300 away. And not when it fails to get there. No. This is not what I want to do. How is this properly handled? Like, the guy stops there, and if I start moving, he keeps going. I mean, this is all fine and all, but it should be reusing the same logic where he stops nearby. And that's not what it's happening. So where are we setting destination to false? So many freaking places. Ay. Transport, guard. What's this? Update. Okay. But when do you actually enter here? Okay, this is when they die. Okay, I don't care about that one. This is when the transport dies. This is guard stuff. This is resume attack move. Oh, but I'm not doing a resume. I want to do a pause. Distance to goal is less than epsilon. Attack move destination. So here it should be 1, apparently. Attack range, no, that's not it. Attack state, that's not it. What's this? No, that's not snapshot. Set old position. That's when I click on age, that's not it. Stop moving the transport, that's not it either. This is all transport stuff. This is fortress. Movement system. Stop movement. Okay, so maybe I need to look for stop movement. Is all for attacks. Angle focus, chases, attack range. No. Be clear destination. Remove from current flow field. Distance threshold 300. Yeah, this is my code. This is not it either. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where it should be. The only thing that I saw that kind of resembled it was stop whenever you are 1 meter away. But I don't want to hard code that here, you know? Because if I make this distance threshold 1, then I think this will work the same, but I don't want to do this. Or do I? I don't know, it's difficult to know. Okay, let me try with the 1 meter. 1 meter radius stop. I mean, if it works, it works, and I'll continue, and then I will discuss with the rest of the team if there's a better approach, because the movement system is by far the most convoluted part, and it involves flow fields and A-star pathfinding and all that stuff. So yeah. Okay, so now if I move one guy, he moves up to, I mean, he doesn't stop now. He just does not stop. What is the distance to target? $1,024. I mean, this is not at all what I need to be doing. Okay. Let's compile while running and maybe it will work. Ay ay ay. Okay. 1024. What is now? 11. Okay. We do 15. We do 12. And we compile while running and hopefully it will stop. But this is not like proper. This is not proper. If the distance is lower than this, then it should be stopping. Isn't... Oh, it's... I see. It's like 120. Okay, maybe it's 120, and I was using way too smaller units for this. But okay, this works. This works, and if I now move this guy, like it tries to, he's doing some weird pathfinding issues. But like, okay, so it stops. But the issue is I have a bunch of them. They will create some sort of weird blob. Okay, now I'm stuck. Okay, disregard that guy. Ay ay ay. I mean, I don't like any of these. But if I move, they all follow me. Not this one. But if I have a bunch of them moving around, this looks weird. Yeah, because they will enter like an unstable state where they should be stopping because they can't reach it, but they are always trying to move. And in reality, if I were to move all of them here, they will kinda... Well, yeah, they default to a formation. So that's why they don't stop. They don't like collide with one another. And these probably only for big formations, right? No, even small ones. I don't know. I'll leave this for now. I'm not happy with this solution because I feel like I'm missing ton of information about how the movement pathing works. So I think I'll rather discuss this with them, and okay. In any case, I will create a commit for this, and we'll see what happens. What's this called? Stop follow when below 120 distance. Description. I don't like this. I couldn't figure out how to use the proper movement formation system to actually stop them in place and not enter imbalance. Okay. Task 1 is done. Yay! I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay. So... did it. Yay! I have done it. Wow, it increased a bunch since yesterday. Well, I guess because of the Game Boy. Okay, next task is we need to fix this flag rendering here. Like, this flag is like all jerky. It's all jerky, all very ugly. Okay, so we need to fix that. So in order to fix that, let me close other tabs. I already know that this is somewhere on the fortress. Update rally position and set rally point instead of the movement position. Okay, I think it's this. What happens if I set this to the visual position of the model instead? Will this work? One line of code. Will this work? I mean, it better work. Yeah, because the actual rally position will be the float safe number, but the visual position will be, or the position for the mesh will be the visual position. So let's see if this works. I mean, if this works, it will be GG. It's compiling, it's compiling. Oh, it's compiling 15 different modules, which scares the hell out of me. Okay. Patching, and it crashed. Typical Unreal. Oh no, it restarted the game. I see. Well, then I don't think the patch was applied, to be completely honest with you, but we'll see. We will see. Okay, flag is there, I move a guy there, I move one guy. Well, no. Which means that we get to compile Unreal again. Hooray! Okay, stop all. And compile again. Let's see. Okay, and play. Yesterday, while we wait, I asked someone to give me a quote on painting my entire house from the exterior, and they said they would reply today, and I'm very afraid of the number that they're gonna give me. Okay, this didn't work. This did not work. So it's because this is only being updated 20 times a second. So even if I'm lerping here, this is a no-go. Ay. I mean, it's stopping there, I think. Touch. Oh, it's actually always trying to do this for every single fortress. Oh, okay, because of this. Okay. Then I wonder what the hell is wrong with this. I mean, probably this is not getting updated 60 times. So we have two systems, right? We have the ECS system that for deterministic reasons only runs at 20 frames per second, but then we have the render which runs as fast as it can. And I'm trying to set the position for the rally flag. Sorry, I'm trying to set the position for the rally flag inside this system. So I wonder if I should be doing this elsewhere, because maybe this only gets called 20 times a second, and not 60. You know? How do I actually check this? Update ECS. Okay, so I can't do that there. So where should I be using the visual position then? So the visual position is the interpolated value between... Okay, so we are updating floats on the ECS at 20 frames per second, but then we need to render faster than the ECS is updating. So the renderer is interpolating those values from the ECS, so at least the render is smooth. And the issue is that I'm setting the value here for that fortress still 20 times, not for that fortress, for that rally point, the mesh, 20 times per second only. And I need to somehow do this set here somewhere else that runs at 60. Although, yeah. Okay, so can I do visual position equals something? Okay, so the render system does the visual position shenanigans and then does this. And this works pretty much generically. It seems. Extrapolation mode state. Add movement component. Okay, so where actually do I need to do this? The visual of the rally mesh is choppy when it's following a unit. This is because we are only updating its position during ECS ticks. But we need to lerp between its previous and current position in the render system update rendering function. Okay, so they actually tell me this. When the fortress rally flag is visible, update its position in the render system using the target's unit's visual position. Okay, I think we even got our answer. GG. That's what I get for not reading everything. Okay. So projectile system there. Well, then I guess that what I will need to do here is something similar. Like if I have a fortress system, right, then I'll need to do a update rally point visuals. And then something for the campfire. The campfire are the center of each country spawn. So this is a campfire where it says Hungary with the flag there. Okay, let me stop this. Okay, what does this projectile stuff do? Okay, I see. Update view bounds. Update selection effects. Okay, okay. Apply smoothing mode from console. Okay, but we'll need to do this. So you have the projectile, then here we'll have the fortress system. Good job. Then we'll have the campfire system. Good job as well. Okay. So where is this being set? Okay, so it's being passed as arguments. I see. So fortress system. Fortress system. This is going to be campfire. Yeah, so essentially the rally points will work for both fortresses and campfire, so might as well have this working for both of them. Okay. Please fail to compile, so I know where... Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, so this initialize needs to take more stuff. Fortress. Fortresses are the old name for bunkers and arbors, by the way. Now you know. Okay, this is campfire system. Campfire system. Oops. Campfire system. Good job. So the only place that we need to do now is here. So it's projectile, and this is gonna be fortress, and this is gonna be campfire. Good job. Good job. Update fortress rally points visuals. Update campfire. Okay. Create a member function. And now we generate a definition. Okay. If not fortress system, we immediately return. And then everything we need to do is essentially iterate over every fortress. Okay, let me see how we do that. Okay, I think I'll need to comment this one out for now. Sorted indices. Sort by entity ID for determinism. Okay, I see. Okay, so we do what we do best. We yoink. We yoink. I mean, could I call like update visuals on the Fortress system here? Maybe. Can I actually get the Fortress store? Okay, it doesn't actually look like I can. Oh, so I'll need the storage as well. I see. I see. Yeah, this is the Fortress component storage. And this is not public, obviously. We also don't want it to be. Okay, so we'll need to pass the storage. We'll need to pass the storage. Or is there something else that I could do here? I mean, I should be updating these on the render system at 60 times a second, but I mean, maybe I could just do a Fortress system dot update rally point visuals. And then I'll know that that method would be getting called a ton. But at the same time, it would defeat the purpose of keeping everything here, which is what this is doing. Okay, well, I can see here that for the projectile system, they are exposing the projectile storage on the public portion. So I guess I can do the same here. I guess I can do the same. Okay. I need to better learn how to navigate this IDE because it's not simple. Fortress store. Okay. Fortress component storage. Fortress store. Okay. Local variable is not captured. Okay, so I need to pass like this. Nice. Okay, so what do I need to do here now? I need to check this. Oh. So fortress data. No, fortress component data, fortress data equals this. In 32. No. This is a get data started index. No, so these are the indices. Okay, so I need to get entity ID from here. I see. Entity ID equals this. Okay, this is an int32. Okay, and here I get the data for this, and this will return a pointer. Okay. Cannot initialize local variable fortress data of type F fortress component with const. Oh, it's because this fortress star is const. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. And now I can do if fortress data and rally entity is different than none, then first I'll need to go on to the movement storage and get that fortress data rally entity. Movement data. Movement data. Okay, and then movement data should have the visual position, and this is already being updated. Okay, this is already being updated. So the only thing I need to do is fortress data dot fortress dot. I need to go and check. It's this fortress data, blah blah blah, set rally position. Yeah, I think this is what I need to do. And this is this. Now what's the issue now? Type AOME base fortress is incomplete. Okay. Then I need to include it. And this should be setting the rally point properly. Let's see. Maybe it works, maybe it crashes. But we will figure out together. Okay. And now we play the game. Yeah, whenever Unreal boots, I'm afraid that it's gonna like drop frames. Yeah, it always drops a couple of frames, which is scary. Okay, will this work? GG. I'm freaking smart. Hooray! First try every time. Look at this beautiful thing. You move it and it's Butter smooth. Good job. Good job. Good job. Okay, what did it tell more about that? When the Fortress Rally flag is visible. Okay, how do I know if the Fortress Rally flag is visible? Because, yeah, maybe I don't need to do all of this, but how do I know if it's selected? Yeah, I don't know. In any case, I'll pretty much be able to do the same thing, but for campfires now. Update campfire rally point visuals. I'll need to create a declaration. This is going to be the campfire system. It's going to be a F campfire component data storage, campfire store. All of this is the same. Here will be a F campfire component data. It's going to be campfire data. And for campfires, I know it's different. Well, it's different the way that you actually access the rally position. Well, it's similar. Archie. Campfire visuals are note. Campfire visuals are being updated on render system. What's this called? This. Okay. But here for the campfire, this is what we need to do. So it's campfire data dot campfire component, and this is going to be movement data position, visual position. Okay, and this type is incomplete because you now include the definition. Have campfire component storage. Yep. Campfire system. Okay, and maybe I need to expose the campfire storage. Campfire store. Okay, good job us. Where is this being called? There. Where is this being called? Here. Okay. Let's see if this works. And if it works, we will do a quick 5-minute break. pee break, you know. Have a nice pee. No, it's not a pee break. It's I'm washing clothes and I need to go to the washing machine and grab the clothes break. Which is similar but different. Similar but different. Although it kinda looks like it's gonna rain, so I don't know if that's a good idea. Life is hard. Life was so much easier when our parents and grandparents took care of us. And once you grow up, it's not as fun. Okay, let me just double check that this is working for this. Okay, it's working for this. Now I need to conquer Catalonia. Okay. And it's very smooth for the campfire as well. So good job, us. And there goes the guy following them. Okay. Pretty cool. We did it. Hooray! Finally, programmer. Yes. Finally a task that was properly developed, you know? Okay, I'll need to add this note on the fortress system as well. Where is this? It's here. It's here. It's here. Fortress most visuals are being updated on render system. Update fortress. Rally point visuals. Good job. Yeah, I think this is good. This is good. Well, I'm not checking if it is alive, but if it's not alive, then I'm setting rally entity to none, so then it doesn't enter there. I think. Yeah. Okay. Good job. One task done. How did it include how did it make the includes at the top? It didn't. Oh, never mind. It did. Okay. Very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. Okay, so this was bit number 2 of this, which is burr smooth rally point visuals, movement visuals. Okay, good job, everyone. I'm gonna do a very quick, not even 5 minutes, I guess, but I'll do a very quick break. I have stuff to do, but I'll be right back. So bye bye. See you in a little bit. I'm never late. I was here. I know I still am on an old screen. I'm just drinking water. I've been here the entire time. Hello everyone. It is I, and I am back. Is this properly working? It is, just very slow. Okay, so we were able to finish task number 2 of the list. Good job. So this is a bug that already existed, the third one, which is when a transport gets a load unit command, it tries to find the nearest shoreline and move towards it to pick the unit up. However, it seems like it doesn't always go in the direction of the unit trying to load. So sometimes it acts strange. See second video. There's no video. No, I do have a video. Hold on. Let me pull the video up. Oh, I see. Okay. First things first. The URL for the other server is invalid. So let me create a proper URL. Hello? Man, Discord today is not working on that machine. Discord. Hold on. Is this properly working, or is it? Looks like it's changing. Hold on, am I streaming even? I am. What the hell was happening there? Oof, okay. Never mind, never mind. Okay, so as I was saying, I want to generate a new invitation. Fetching our friends list. Yeah. Whatever this is, it is not working. Okay, does it work here? Hold on. Yeah, like it's not working. I want to generate a new invitation that doesn't expire. So I wonder if I need to... Can I do that? I can do that for my own server. I don't know if I can do that for another server. Okay. I will need to investigate that. Okay, I should have like a to-do command or something, so I don't forget to do this stuff. In any case, we go on. We will need to figure out this third task here. And I was trying to pull up the video. But I don't know where it is. It's somewhere lost to the void of messages. I mean, we do send a ton of messages. Okay, I'm scrolling up. Okay, I found it. GG. Copy message link. Okay, if I now paste this here, will it go there directly? Good job. Okay, everyone, this is the message. And this is the bug. So essentially, what is happening, let me know if you can see the video, hopefully you can. But essentially, if I send this boat, so this boat has the rally point on it, and you are sending this boat near this shoreline here, and then you select this fortress to the right, and you try to spawn a unit here. And when the unit spawns, the boat is supposed to navigate to the nearest shoreline. But in this case, the nearest shoreline is this pink fortress here, this pink harbor here. While in reality, it should walk towards the shoreline where this guy here is. So we'll need to investigate that code. I would say that in terms of code, what we'll need to do is whenever we spawn a unit, we will identify what is the nearest shoreline for that unit, because we can only enter boats on shorelines. We cannot enter boats like in random positions, and they will both try to walk towards that shoreline and enter. So that's the plan. How is this managed? I have absolutely no idea, but we'll figure out together, because we are friends and friends help each other. Okay, is there the word shoreline here? No. Is there the word shore here? Also no. Okay, is there a load unit for the transport system? Can load unit. Okay, it's not the can load, it's the will it actually load? But I mean, we can maybe try to figure out how this gets called. So let's see. I'm booting the game now again, and we'll try to spawn a boat, and then we'll try to load a unit onto the boat and see if at least we stop here on this function. Okay, so now we play the game again. We need to find a harbor or a port, whatever name you want to call it. Hold on, and we have one here. Okay, so now we spawn a transport boat, which is this one. Okay, I will need to first attach this to Unreal. Good job. So if I now spawn a unit there, and now I try to put the unit... Actually, I have a question. So the unit has the thing, and now if I put the unit inside the boat, what's gonna happen? I'll have to figure out, but okay, load transport. Oh, so actually now the... Huh. Okay, so now actually the unit is being rendered as being inside the boat. Okay, so that means that I should be able to unload. Well, I can't unload there. I should be able to unload somewhere here. Okay. Very cool mechanic, actually. Okay, so in any case, we will request a load transport. Or we will submit a load transport command. So let's see what this does. So this calls the transport system, request load, try to put all of these entities inside this boat here. Get the transport's current position. And then move unit towards transport. Read back where the first unit is going, the shore. I see. I see. So essentially what happens... So for instance, if I have the... Okay, hold on. Okay, let me first conquer that... First conquer this small island here. Okay. Get his ass. Go, 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 go. Okay, good job. So... Okay, might as well conquer the rest of Malta. Malta is free. Good job. Pew, pew, pew. Pew, pew, pew. Okay, good job. So essentially what happens is when we spawn a unit while the rally point is attached to the boat, we immediately try to do a request load into the boat. But the issue is, pew pew looks great. How long have you been working on this? Me personally, since December. So only 3-4 months. The actual game, this version of the game, has been in development for 2 years. The original mod for Warcraft 3 that this game is based on has been in development for 20 years. So essentially we are trying to create a standalone version of that mod, hence the name of the game, standalone. And also because in this game you can't actually trust anyone, so you are by yourself. So it kind of fits properly. But yeah, we are trying to build a standalone version of the Warcraft mod, so we can essentially commercialize it. Because since it's attached to Warcraft 3, we cannot legally make money out of it. So we are building this version. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I was trying to update. So yeah, we have the server, but you can't join because the invite is invalid. So I was trying to generate a new invite, but I don't think Discord is cooperating. So that's probably why people have not been joining the server, because I've been posting an invalid invitation and no one called out yet. So yeah, but I was trying to see if I could generate one, but Discord, being Discord, is having some sort of issues because it's not working at all. And I don't know why. Maybe I don't have permissions to generate an invitation. Which might be the case. I don't know. I would love to fix this, but yeah, if you want to join the Discord server, let me know and I will invite you manually. Okay, so back to the task. The issue is that when we spawn a unit, it tries to walk towards that unit. Yeah. And then it tries to find Okay. Okay, so essentially if the boat is here and we spawn a new unit, the unit will have its destination set to the boat. And then it will try to find the shore where the boat is at. And then the boat will see, okay, where is that unit trying to move to? And because the unit is trying to move to this shore, because that's where the boat is, the boat will also try to go into the same position of this shore. When in reality, or for this specific auto load situation, what we want to do is something different. We want to know what is the nearest shore where is the nearest shore where the player is, and we want to move the boat there and not move the unit towards the boat. Right? Because, I mean, if we were, for instance, to imagine that the boat was here, right? And like the boat is here somewhere lost, and we spawn a unit. We spawn a unit, and now we say, no, I want to go into this boat. The boat shouldn't go to that shore. If this guy is already in a shore, then this should be the default position. Right, so if this guy's in a shore, then use this. If none of them are in the shore, find the nearest shore for both. You know, something like that. Something like that. The issue, I think, is that when I do this request load, I'm doing these request loads automatically. Okay, it is attached. I'm doing this request load automatically, and I wonder if I need to pass a flag there. Well, why didn't this stop here? Because it's Unreal being Unreal. Cool. Or maybe this doesn't get called this way, but gets called this way. I see. Okay, so there's a difference. Apparently. Request load. So I wonder if it's this. No, this is dumb. Sorry. Wonder if it's this one. Also no, hold on. Then how the hell am I Response system. Load transport unit. ECS manager. Request load. Request load. Okay, so I can actually pass an argument here, which might be useful, right? Because it says that I'm trying to load these newly spawned entities into there. Is this being used elsewhere? No. Okay, so I guess on request load I can say, well, maybe I can change this somehow. On move requested execute transport entity short position to the... Well, how do I know if it's a short though? How do I know if it's a shore? Well, probably figures out the closest position based on the... So we have two flow fields. I think it's three, yeah. We have the red flow field with which is water, and then we have the green flow field, which is land. So there are essentially two layers for this flow field. One is land and one is water. And I guess that when you do an on move request to this guy, it's actually trying to go to... It will query the second flow field. Good morning, Litgeek. Hello. How are you? We are working on an Unreal Engine game today. A very cool Unreal Engine game. Look at this beautiful game where you pew pew destroy stuff. Slept in today. Yeah, I wish I could, but I have schedule. And people are expecting me to start streaming at 10 AM my time, so I need to be here. Sleeping in was still 6 AM. Well, sucks to be you. I slept in until 9. Usually I wake up at 8:30. But I mean, I go to bed fairly late, at like 2 AM or something. So it's not as if I was sleeping like 12 hours every single day. I only sleep like 6. Maybe 7. 6, 7. Lamau. Very fun. Do they actually... I mean, this is a bug, but I don't know if they actually have a proper suggestion for us. You know? I don't know if they have like a... Oh, it would be better if you did this instead. When the transporter gets a load unit command, it tries to find the nearest shoreline and move towards it to pick the unit up. However, it seems like it doesn't always go in the direction of the unit trying to load. So sometimes it acts strange. See second vid. Yeah. I would say that we need to change this logic. And it should try to find the nearest shore to the player and not the nearest shore to the boat. Because the boats move way faster than units. So game looks good. What are you working on? This is a game called Standalone. And it is a game that has been in development for a little bit over 2 years now. And it is inspired on Warcraft 3 mod called Risk Reforged. And essentially that mod implemented real-time strategy Risk the board game, in Warcraft 3. And that mod has been in development for over 20 years. It has hundreds of people playing it every single week. But because it is attached to Warcraft 3, it is very difficult to actually update the game and add new features because you are very, very limited. So a few members of that community decided, well, we probably should bring this mod because it has literally hundreds of players every week. Maybe we should bring this mod to the 21st century. And they started working on this around 2 years ago in Unreal Engine 5. And we are trying to keep at as much as possible the same feature parity with the original mod, but we are like upgrading the visuals. I mean, look at this. Like, you play the game like this, so you don't even see their faces, right? But they have faces. They even have like color in their eyes. There's like reefs underwater that you can barely see. I mean, they're there, but when above the water they look weird. But yeah, we are trying to upgrade the game both visually and in terms of features, making them better, because the Warcraft 3 mod has some limitations, obviously. And yeah, it's going. Oh, I meant the specific feature. Yeah, bug busting. Yeah, I'm bug busting currently. Do you play this game? No. I've never ever played, well, that would be a lie, but I don't play real-time strategy games. I find them extremely overwhelming, extremely stressful. But I would say that probably the last one that I actually played would be like League of Legends 10 or 15 years ago. I do try to play this sometimes against the bots, and the bots are supposed to be stupid, and I get completely destroyed by the bots. So if a bot is able to destroy me so easily, then there's zero chance I can actually beat a player here. Even less one of the players that have been playing this for over 20 years, which most of them have been. I mean, there are tournaments of this, tournaments of this version that happens like once a month, but there are tournaments for the Risk Reforged. Any groupies? I don't know what a groupie is. I'm sorry. But yeah, there is a following for this game in specific. So yeah, we are trying to make it better, trying to bring it. Famous esport player in Warcraft 3. I see. Yeah, we're trying to do our best, and then we'll try to commercialize this, because I want to believe that people will pay for it. And well, it's not to make money and be rich out of it. It's at least just to pay for the development costs, because people have been spending their entire free time working on this stuff for years and years, both the Warcraft 3 mod and this one, so might as well put some money into their pockets. Hello, American. Hello. How are you? Oh, this is the world map game I saw the other day. Yeah. It's called Standalone. And we have a Discord server if you want to follow up on the features and participate in tournaments and stuff. So let me know if you'd be interested in. The Discord invite doesn't work, so I will need to invite you manually. But yeah, I'm bug squashing. And the current bug is... oops. No. Never mind. You go away. The current bug is... Okay, I need to get rid of all of these boats. Too many boats are overwhelming. But you can essentially specify the default move position when you spawn a new unit. which is, oops, which is this flag here. So when you spawn a new unit, the unit moves to that flag. Very simple. The difficult part is that you can also put this default move position. No, it's real-time strategy. RTS. You can attach this default move position to a unit. In this case, I put it on a boat. So when you move the boat, the position, default move position moves with it. But when this is attached to a boat, one thing that you can do, one thing that you can do is when you spawn a new unit, the unit spawns and walks towards the boat and enters the boat, which means that then you'll be able to travel elsewhere and unload units there. Really cool. The issue, and I'll show it this way. The issue is, so the default move position is on this boat, and I will try to, well, I cannot move this one because this one is the guard, but I will now try to spawn a new entity here, and in theory both of them should meet so that the unit can board the boat, right? The issue is that the boat is traveling to this shoreline, which is a island that is not connected elsewhere. So yeah, see, the boat is on this shoreline. This guy is on this shoreline. He's trying to go there and he can't. So the change that I need to do is when I spawn an unit, I'll need to figure out what is the closest shoreline for the unit and not the closest shoreline for the boat. Now it just looks like medieval total war, but everything is happening on the map. Yeah. So yeah, I'll need to make that change. It should be fairly simple. So this is the code responsible for all of that shenanigans. And essentially the shore position that we want to use is not the destination for that first unit. It's its position. It's its position. And same thing for the, I mean, I can literally do this. On this. And then instead of this transport move shenanigans position here, both will walk towards that shoreline. I think this is the code. Will it work? I don't know. Maybe. Hopefully. So yeah, restart Unreal. Okay. While we wait, and because I'm streaming to create a community. If you guys are enjoying and do not follow the channel, I would really appreciate if you could give it a small click on there, just to keep the community growing and more people discussing stuff. Because sometimes it gets lonely, you know, and the more people I have to chat with, the easier this becomes. You appreciate if we do not follow the channel? No, if you do not follow the channel, I would appreciate if you give it a follow. But if you don't want to follow, it's fine. It just means that next time you probably will miss the stream. For the win, thank you very much for the follow. Thank you very much. See? And also if you follow, you get this, just for you. So this confetti was just for the win. So if there are more people that are watching or not following, you could get your own confetti. That's how this works. That's how this works. If you want your own confetti, you need to follow the channel. Yeah, thank you very much for the win. And welcome to the community. Damn, I'm already at 58 followers. It's actually crazy. Like when I started this, I think we were 14. Because I had 14 followers for some reason. Although I've never streamed before. So I wonder where that list came from. Is map only Europe? No. But it's the more up-to-date map. We have map for North America, Africa, Asia. We have an entire world map. I can show you after. Let me just quickly test this. And we failed to get any shoreline. GG. Okay. So I'll stop this and start again. And see if we get better luck this time. Earth is flat, lol. Earth is indeed flat, and it's a perfect square. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, are we near? I mean, I can go to Sicily. There's not really... Oh, okay, I have that one. Okay, I see. Okay, so guys, we are conquering Catalonia. Catalonia will be free. Free from the bad guys. Stonks. Catalonia is ours now, and now we conquer this harbor. They did it. Okay. So now we have this harbor here, which means we can spawn a transport ship. Now, let's first quickly test if this actually works. So you can see like the flag attached to the ship, you see? So let's first quickly check if we can actually board directly from here. So I spawn a new unit, they move together, and I mean, it works. GG. Fairly simple. Now, for the proper test. If I were to move... okay, I need to conquer another shoreline, because if not, they will attack the boat and destroy the boat. So, I will do a quick unload here on Sardinia. Stonks. Wow, one-shot kill. GG. So question now is, if I'm on the shoreline, but I still have these attached to this, and I now spawn a unit, the boat should go towards the entity, and not the entity towards the boat. See, I'm very smart. I'm very smart. GG. We did it. Hooray. It worked. Flawless victory. Back to be part of Spain. Yeah. Spain is once again united. So does your army have like stats? It's just not RNG for who wins? No. Each... Let me quickly spawn one of each. So each unit has its own stuff. So mortar has a health of 350. Okay, let me zoom in here. Okay, so the mortar has a health of 350, damage 25, and it's a AoE explosives, and it attacks 6 times a minute or something. I don't really know, or it's 1 time each 6 seconds. I don't know what this means. But yeah, they are all different. They all have different health types. So the tank is tanky. See, like 1500. And it also gives more damage, but it moves slower. So you can see that. Well, I actually don't have the movement here, but Well, yeah, it moves a little bit slower. And this guy has a higher range of attack than the tank. See, like this guy is trying to attack there. But the tank, in order to attack that guy, needs to move a lot closer. And then it can be also attacked by... So we try to balance these things. And then we have the cannon, which is able to attack for even more far away, like a 1500, which is same as the mortar, right? And then we have the medic, which doesn't attack at all and just revives health from units. Even these type of folks. So if I now it was damaged, you can see that the bar is a little bit smaller, and now the medic is trying to bring back some health. Very cool. Yeah, so every unit has its own stats. We also have different boat units. So we have the transport, which is this one that which is not able to attack and just moves people around. Other land units included, so you can even put a tank on top of the inside the transport. We have warships, which look really menacing. We have battleships, which are a little bit smaller. We have corvettes, which are a little bit smaller. And then transports. And all of these have like different stats. It's really cool. No Andorra. Yeah, I don't think we have an Andorra here. No. I mean, if we have Catalonia here, then we should have the Basque region here as well, right? So this is not supposed to be a proper up-to-date world map. I mean, even Italy is split in northern Italy and southern Italy because some time ago there was like a big dispute, and then the Pope would only control one part of it, and then the Romans or whatever would control the other one. But yeah, even each island is its own country. And I mean, this is not supposed to be lore accurate at all. But yeah, it worked. So I'm very happy with that. Let me just quickly commit this. Transport units now try to move towards the origin position for the unit to load them. Current. I mean, this is not exactly true, but this will give the same shore position. Transport units will move towards the closest shore to the loading, to the unit trying to load. This is a freaking giant message. Transport unit moves towards closest shore to unit. Okay, this is a little bit better. Good job, us. Yeah, as I was saying, we have more maps. How do I even do this? Level. So we have this is the Europe stuff. Then we have different versions of Asia. I don't know what they... I mean, these are not even up to date, you know, but Asia 2, which is probably a little bit improved on that one. And this should allow me to... Hold on. Where is the... Where is the little... Not... Is it outliner? I think it's outliner. Where is the outliner? Did it disappear? Okay, it's here. Okay, flow field. Yeah. So this is like Asia. It has India, Bangladesh, East China, Central China, Mongolia, Eastern Russia, Kazakhstan. Then we have Asia NWP. I don't know what any NWP stands for, but I would say that these are the most up-to-date versions. Yeah. Yeah, this one looks really cool. Hold on. It's compiling shaders. You can see here on the bottom right. So we wait a little bit. Okay, good job, us. But yeah, you even have a little bit of Africa here. Madagascar, Mozambique, Kenya, Somalia, Ethiopia. Yeah. It even has like some cool ass mountains and stuff. Like Everest here. Really fancy stuff. And then we have Europe. We also had the world map, I think, but maybe we don't have it anymore. Yeah, maybe we don't have it anymore. Okay, this is just a simple test. Yeah, I mean, it should be here somewhere, like the giant ass map. Performance test. Whoa. Building navigation. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Good job. Navigation built successfully. Many unit testing. Oh, yeah. Well, I cannot find it, unfortunately. But yeah, we at least used to have a giant world map. Well, it wasn't a giant world map. It was a more condensed world map. So it was kind of the same size as Europe, but it had the entire world. I don't think Unreal is enjoying me opening and closing so many levels. Okay, we're back. Good job, us. Yeah. Pretty cool. I mean, it's a pretty cool project. It's the code base sometimes is a little bit hard to navigate, but also because I joined later, so there's bits of the code base that I've never been into. But how many regions does the game needs? The game doesn't care about countries. Or at least the current game mode only cares about. We have two game modes. One is kill everyone else and be the only one alive. So that's one game mode, and the other game mode is whoever controls 50.1% or 50% plus 1 of the entire number of fortresses, either land fortresses or water fortresses, wins the game. So in reality, the maps are only, or the regions are so that only exist that if you control both of these, then you also conquer this flag, and this flag will spawn some free units every 20 seconds. And the more countries you control, the more gold you also generate each 20 seconds. But the controlling countries is not what makes you win the game. It's controlling 50% plus 1 number of bunkers. So the map can be any shape. It's easier to do a real world map than create your own, you know? So for now we go with this, but I mean, for instance, just looking from here, Egypt is like maybe way too big, right? Because it has, it's Turkey, sorry. Turkey is way too big, and it has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things there. Yeah, Egypt is... Hold on, I don't want to be here. Yeah, Egypt is here. No, because I confused myself, because I was seeing like this and I could see an E, a G, and I was like, okay, Egypt. But no, there's not even a G here. It's weird. Never mind. We keep going. But yeah, I mean, it's cool. I mean, Norway is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, 7, yay. You can even go to Svalbard, which is probably a Norway island. You can go to Greenland. Pretty fancy stuff. Iceland. Sweden. This is where RTS just lives. Is there, inside there, doing something. I mean, we even rendered like the inside of the bunker. And me, Bjornen is also from here. Nice. Well, you're not at home now. Not with TS Just. Well, I don't judge. If you like... I mean, we can even build a underwater simulation thing. Like, okay, the water looks like shit right now. But, it would be possible. Like, build a submarine, you know? Really cool. One thing that we also want to work on is whenever we have boats, is the game doing LOD? Yeah, well, it automatically does LODs based on the distance, obviously. And then it's also doing culling. So, which means that if I'm looking there, I'm not rendering any of that. And you can see, right, like 120 FPS looking there, 75 FPS looking here. Yeah, level of detail, Lord of Destruction. level of detail just means that you have different you have the same model, but with different levels of quality and different number of vertices. Because if you are rendering from here, this is so small that you can barely see it, that you might as well use a small model that only has like 10 vertices or something. But you are very, very up close, then you need to replace it in position with a higher resolution model. Not rendering the details inside the house in that detail when you are far away. Yeah, that is called occlusion culling. And essentially, if we were to have stuff here, the code would figure out, okay, there's like a wall in between us, so I don't want to render anything inside. But then you also have face culling, but face culling is just, well, yeah, face culling is exactly that as well. For instance, this panel right here, this panel is impossible to see if I'm above it, so you can do face culling to it, which depends on the order of that the vertices are specified. And because watching from here you are seeing its back, then the back will be transparent, and you won't render this. Yeah, so there's a ton of culling going. I mean, it's the only way of actually doing this thing. Goes fast, because I will quickly show you what I mean. Game mode. Fail. Oh, because it has this. Game mode. And now we go to bot count, and now we do 50 bots. And now we laugh. Assuming the PC doesn't explode. Okay, damn, so many weird junkiness there. But I mean, each bot is spamming dozens and dozens of units, you know? And the game needs to be able to run at 60. So you actually only run, you only render what you are seeing from here. Well, the map is completely dead, but the minimap. But yeah, tons of action going on. I mean, it also doesn't help that I'm rendering at 4K, obviously. But yeah, tons of action. And the bots even communicate with one another. Like there's a chat mode in case you want to make friends with, not make friends, but like have an ally. I mean, these guys are going to town. And I'm not clicking on anything. They are just going. Bot 48 eliminated. Bot 5 eliminated. Hi, who's gonna win? Yeah, plenty of funny business going. I wonder how many entities we have. Wow. I think there are some logs that I can enable somehow. So there's currently 1,000 units just going to town. And the ECS update is taking 16 milliseconds. I mean, all very cool stuff. Everything is really, really cool in this project. Okay, and we get rid of the bots because you can have several load models at Unreal switches depending on distance, and then it intends to replace blah blah blah. How makes sense? And that is something you have to set on each object. Yeah, it's something that you need to set. Okay, how do I freaking get rid of these logs now? Okay, maybe I need to reset this. But for each model, well, it depends. Unreal has a functionality where you can specify the higher quality one, and then Unreal does it automatically, which is what Nanite is for. So Nanite is something that Unreal created, which essentially lets you have infinitely detailed geometry, and when you move far and far away, it automatically does lots for you. But what people still do, most of the situations, is they will handcraft different versions for each asset with different levels of detail, so that then Unreal can switch those back. But yeah, this needs to be manually authored, the different levels of detail for each different asset. So one for the banker, one for each type of rock, one for each type of tree, all that stuff. Like a sphere from a distance, the game will just show a naked face sphere. Yeah, exactly. How far from some kind of early access or the actual release? The game is in alpha/beta right now. It's pretty much invite only in order to play. So people need to go into the server and ask to play. We are giving priority that for people that come from the Warcraft 3 community, because those are the ones that know what the game should feel like and can provide the best feedback. But we will be opening, hopefully soon-ish, more testing to external people. I mean, if you are interested, the best thing that I can tell is to go to the Discord channel and ask there. But I can't seem to invite anyone. Discord is not letting me generate an invite for there. I learned about LOD watching the development of Marbles on stream here on Twitch. Oh, I didn't know that Marbles was actually like developed live. That is cool. Issue that everyone assumed that Nanite would be a fire and forget type of tech that would instantly prove everything, and that was not the case. Yeah, well, what actually ended up happening was that people started using gigabyte-sized models, and it's very difficult for any computer to actually stream that data efficiently. Moreover, if you have hundreds of gigabytes of facets, only high detail. So I would say that is the main issue. I don't think Nanite is being used that much. I think. Okay, we fixed this one. It's 1 p.m. It's 1 p.m. So I think I will go have lunch. And then I will be back in around 1 hour. Sounds like a plan? Because I'm really hungry. Okay, what would be this fourth task? Add some indicators for how to make them follow an entity. The attack entity indicator. So that it's clear that I've set the rally. It's not obvious on the transports and probably other units. Okay. So what they are saying... So what we'll be working on in the afternoon... Oh my god, how do I get rid of this? Oh my god. GG, we did it. Okay, we did it. what they're saying is when we have a bunker and we are setting these guys, it's not very clear what is happening. I mean, you just see the flag moving, right? But if you were to actually spawn an entity and then you make the entity move, you see like the cool indicator here. Holy hell, this is really cool. Oh, how do I toggle that? That was cool. How do I... Okay, it's key number 2. I mean, this is really sweet. It essentially shows like the path that the unit is taking. But yeah, when you move, they show something. If you try to attack, it also shows where you are trying to put the red marker. So what we need to work on is whenever we place a flag, it should essentially do the same bring green indicator thing. But I'll leave that for the afternoon stream. So everyone, thank you very much for watching the morning stream with me. I'm gonna take a quick 1-hour break. I'm gonna have some lunch. I need to take care of some clothes that are being washed right now, but it's almost raining, so I don't know what the hell am I doing regarding that. And I will be back in 1 hour, and I will continue working on Unreal, on the Unreal game, I think. So yeah, if you don't follow the channel, please follow the channel. If you want to follow my own Discord server, there's the link for the Discord server. And I appreciate you all, and I hope to see you on the next stream around 1 hour from now. Sounds like a plan? Sounds like a plan. Okay, bye bye. See you in about 1 hour.